So yeah, there you have it. Posability, he's got, aside from that, that does happen quite a lot when you pose the arms. His arms do go all the way around. You just have to try and get them out of the way of these doors. Again, it's popped off. Oh, that's the same. There's a lot of leg articulation. It goes in and out, up and down, knees bend, swivel at the knees. Foot articulation isn't good because of the automorph. You basically, that's all the foot does. It just basically morphs down. And because of the size of his bloody feet and the shape of them, he doesn't stand flat-footed. If you can see that, he has to stand sort of on the insoles of his feet, so he'll never stand flat, but he does stand up, and he stands up relatively easily. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube of people, you know, struggling to get him to stand up, and I've never had that problem, so either I'm fortunate or it's just people struggle to get him stood up. But I mean, if you look at him stood there, he's not going anywhere, is he? So I really do like this figure. It's so nice. I mean, with Skywalk, you kind of have to get over the fact he just looks like a mess in places. You know, there's bits here and there that are obvious toy. Whereas this, he just looks very good. I mean, I like this design here. The sort of a different take on the front of the car becoming the chest. They're split and angled upwards. I mean, they're still a bit loose, especially that one. But this little middle bit here helps just to keep them out of the way of his face. Actually, I believe it is the same mould as the 2007 one, so it looks like they've just dabbled with it a little bit to make it a bit better. Mostly new paint colour. Bring the weapons back in. This weapon, it's either that way, you can display it, or you push it all the way through, and it becomes, that's easier, that or that. And then this big weapon, it's like a Gatling gun with the missile at the front. What you do is, here you push that all the way in, this spins out and it will eventually fire the missile. So the missile goes quite far. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This big gun fits on his right arm. There's two holes there that fit into the two pegs on his arm. I don't believe you can switch the arms. I believe that can only fit on that one. And then with this gun, you can either, there are two holes there similarly, so you can either put it on like that and have that gun facing forward, or it's not the best fit in the world. It's just sorting out. But if you pop it the other way, so that black bit's facing out, in between the grips that grip the gun onto the bed of the truck when he's in robot mode, there is a hole there, and that can go onto the smaller hole on his arm, and he can actually have the gun facing that way. Like I say, it's not the best fit in the world, but it's just, you know, another posing option for the gun. And when he's got his guns on his arm, that does look very good. I think vehicle mode is stellar. You know, it's up there with alternator quality for just the level of not necessarily the level of detail, because it's quite plain looking. It's just grey all over really. But the level of the fact that it just looks like a truck, there aren't that many cut marks on it that make it look like a transformer. And, you know, I mentioned all the issues with Skywalk, about how there's the big channel in the middle that they've had to cut out for part of the transformation. This in vehicle mode looks very much like a GMC truck. You can't really see, I mean, the tinted windows, if you look through them you can kind of see it's just robot parts, but they help disguise that enough that it's not evident. And obviously the arms spoil it because they're, you know, hanging out from underneath the cab. But regardless of that and this robot mode, I really do like them. Give this an 8 out of 10. The things that are stopping it, just the clunky feet. You know, there's no way to really get any decent poses. No waist articulation. The head articulation is good, but obviously these bonnet parts are in the way, so he's not going to do a great deal of looking to the side, unless he wants to just fire blind and just hope he hits somebody. But generally, really like that 8 out of 10. Okay, so that's me out. Still a couple more to do, so until next time, stay safe.